Hello everybody, welcome back to the River Reviews. Today we have probably one of, if not the most exciting review of the year. Ampelosaurus. This is definitely my most anticipated for Wave 2, and if not my most anticipated for the entire year. So extremely excited to finally be able to unbox this. I got it off Big Bad Toy Store. Funny story, it went out of stock halfway through ordering it, literally filling in information. So that was kind of annoying, so I had to wait even longer. Wait till it came back in stock a few days later. But here it finally is. Very, very excited to see this figure. Here's the box. Normal massive action box like the Ampelosaurus and Atlas, which were probably my two favorite from the Dominion Wave 1. So here's the back. Lovely renders. And Yang Tyrannosaurus down there. So let's get this bad boy out of the box. So we have our lovely Ampelosaurus out of the packaging. And first looks right here, it looks absolutely incredible. I hear a lot of complaints for the short tail, and I'll just say right now that I really don't think it's that bad. I think it looks fine. It could have been a little bit longer, but that's the same with every single Mattel figure. So I think it's fine. So yeah, we can start with the action feature, I think. So here's the mouth. I actually think it looks better closed, but I'll have to probably get a second one just to customize it with more articulation. So there's a button on the back here that activates the mouth. And then it's kind of like the Primal Attack ones, but I think a little bit better, like the 2020 release Primal Attack with the tail. So it's got all this movement when you move the tail. So if I move it up, down, up and down, side to side. So I really like I really like the action features on this one. I normally don't really like Mattel action features, and I'd rather them be articulated, but I'd rather articulation on this, but for action features, I really like this one. The movement is really fluid too. I really like, because it's got the two segments here, and it looks even better the mouth closed. So, and we'll start with this, looking at the sculpt, and I think it's actually incredible. It's not like a scale texture, it's like folding skin folds and creasing here, and the eye is like a goldish color, which I really like. Right there. And then there's a little bit of white patterning right there. So I remember when the leaks first came out, like the leaked pictures of it before there was like official product images, and I remember looking at it, I'm like, why does the eye look like that? And if you picture this, because you couldn't really see the gold eye, it looked like this here was the eye. It made it look like super mean. So ever since that, I just never been able to get out of my head that it looks like that. But once you do see the eye, I like it even better. Put this back in focus. So the head sculpt looks great, and all the little spines on Ampelosaurus look really nice too, and obviously there's a gap here for the movement, but it's actually not that bad. It doesn't look terrible. It's actually pretty seamless. On the underside, there's this white that ends here just before the body, which is kind of disappointing. If I turn it, it's pretty much the same on this side. I wouldn't say I see any differences. Actually, I'll take that back. If you notice here, there's patterning on the nose, like right there, and not on this side. So the actual patterning on both sides is different. That's interesting. So as you continue down, there's more spines on the neck, and you start seeing like these osteoderms on the side. So then the one thing with the sculpt is like, if you look at it like this, it looks fine, but like if you look like that, to fit like a smooth rotation, it has to be a circle, which I get why it looks like this, but I don't know, it just looks weird to me. But looking at it from the side, it looks perfect. We continue with more spikes along the back of varying sizes. And then we look at the side here with all these spikes. Here on the side. Move them up. So on a few of the massive actions, specifically the Quetzal, it was more present. There's like this weird marble texture on it. A lot of people think it's like paint mishap, and it's not. It's actually supposed to be there, like the speckling on other figures. And I do like the speckling a lot, and I think more on most figures, but I think this one and the Untitled are two that the actual marbling effect look really nice. Like you can see it just above the leg there, a little bit under the knee, and a lot on this side of the leg, on the underside, and right here. A little bit here too, and around this spike. So as we continue down, we have a couple of osteoderms here, and a couple on this side. And right here, we have a lot more on the thigh on this side. Legs look great. And as we get to the tail, the paint, unfortunately, on the back ends. I really like the color scheme on this one, so like I said multiple times now, I really want multiple of these to customize in different ways. Here's the button like I showed earlier, and the rest of the tail with a little bit of marbling effect there. So I really like the look of this figure. It looks great. If we look at the articulation, there's not much because it's all tied to the action feature, but the legs, the thighs do move in and out, typical Mattel fashion. And you're looking at about 360 on that thigh. It's kind of tight, so there we go. Yeah, it's about the same on both. Would not recommend doing that a lot though. This one does have the in and out on the forelimbs here on both sides. Moving it out. No nail paint, and there's a bunch of mud on the cons of doing it at the river, but you can notice he does not have any nail paint on any of them, which is usual, but still disappointing. So overall, I really love this figure. Let's get to some comparisons now. So for our first comparison, we have the Kayla and Pyroraptor 2-pack Pyroraptor. Let's see here. And the Ampelosaurus is a lot bigger than it. And here we have the Wheatley figure from 2018, which it's also quite a lot bigger than. And then for our last comparison, we have the Dino Rivals, very apparently elusive Amargasaurus, which doesn't really fit in camera in front of it. So if I move these two, there we go. So, I don't know, I have mixed feelings for this Amargasaurus. Like, the actual design is kind of strange, but the sculpt on it, detail-wise, looks pretty good. So, you know, the colors I really do like, though. So, that one has this neck action, and this tail whip action. Kind of lame. I'm not a huge fan of Dino Rivals. This was definitely one of the better ones in that release, but still not incredible. So this Ampelosaurus is actually a lot taller with the body here, but like the actual neck reach is taller on the Amargasaurus. So here it's just a lot taller. So here, if you look at it head on, the spines make the Amargasaurus taller. And the head articulation here, which I like. Not sure how they could have done it on this. So I really like the articulation there. But besides that, this is just a step up in every way. The paint scheme I like a lot better. The actual paint apps, there's probably more of, because this piece is its own separate plastic right here on the tail, so it's not actual paint. It is here though, so I'd say they tie the paint apps. Actually, maybe not, because the nail paint on this one has nail paint, which is awesome. Wish Mattel could do that more. But yeah, I think they look nice together. Nice to have another sauropod, because we rarely get sauropods. And you know, the Apatosaurus is just too big to match next to stuff. And the Brachy looks nice though. So this is a great addition to the line. Now if we get a better, closer look with Wheatley here. He goes up to about the height of the leg, but not that far. And then same with Pyro here, even shorter, so it's nice next to it. Yeah. So overall, I really love this figure. I'm talking actually, which is actually nicely hidden. I adore this figure, and it definitely lives up to what I wanted from it. So I guess we'll have to see what the rest of Wave 2 gives me. I still think this is going to be the best wave in Jurassic line history. Wave 2, specifically Mattel's history. So yeah, I'm super excited to get Iguanodon, Megaraptor, Sinoceratops, and specifically that Liopleurodon. And I don't actually never ever found any Sinoceratops here in New Mexico. Same with like a lot of the Dinoscape line. I actually got those like early Dominion weight. So never ever able to get that Sinoceratops. So it'll actually be a new species for me once I do get that Sinoceratops. So even cooler, even if its paint is like the worst one. So yeah, here's probably the best fig of the year so far, and probably for the rest of the year, I think. And it's pretty much down to the personal opinion. I really like Ampelosaurus as a dinosaur and sauropods, herbivore specifically. Not sure what that meant actually. No sauropods. Whatever. It's another herbivore, so I think that's what I mean. The action features look nice. Just wish the mouth would stay closed, and when you click the button it opens it. That could have been better. So I can get looks nice with the mouth closed. But yeah. That being said, thank you for watching, and let's get on to the beauty shots.